source map helps us with debugging and development. So to show what this does, let me compile everything without that source map setting. If we now go to the browser and we want to understand what our code does, we can go to the Sources tab here in the Developer Tools, and there we find our JavaScript files. Now we can dive into these files, and the good thing is these files are fairly readable to us humans, of course, because they contain JavaScript code in the end. Now that's good, but what if we had more complex TypeScript code and we want to debug our TypeScript code and not the compiled JavaScript code? In other words, it would be nice if we would see the TypeScript files here and not the JavaScript files. With the source map option, you can get there. If you set this to true and you run the tsc command again, then you see we got these .js.map files being generated as well. Now, if we look at them, they're pretty strange files, but what they do is they basically act as a bridge, which is understood by modern browsers and the developer tools there, to connect the JavaScript files to the input files. So with these files generated, if I reload here, you see in the Sources tab, we now not just have our JavaScript files, we also see our TypeScript files there. And we can even place breakpoints in the TypeScript files. And if I now click on that button, for example, it pauses in the TypeScript file, which is of course super, super convenient, because that really takes our debugging process to the next level, because we can work directly in our input files, basically in our TypeScript files, instead of the JavaScript files. Now, nonetheless, here I'll comment this out because we have a fairly simple project here and I don't want to have these extra .map files lie around here. But this is super useful in projects because it simplifies debugging.